The developers of Ashes of Creation, an MMO which I'm very excited about, recently released a new video showing some of the environments that we can expect to see in the game. And we've taken a good look at the film and we think that we spotted some interesting things. We're going to go through the video. It's called the Alpha 1 Environment Preview, published by Intrepid, who are the developers of Ashes of Creation. We're going to go through this video and take a look at what we think is in there. At this point we see what we think is a node. Nodes are towns, villages, cities which are going to play an important part of the game. The players are going to be able to build them up. If you're active in a particular node, you'll see them develop from a small settlement to a village, to a town, to a city, possibly even to a thriving metropolis. Now, we think that what you're seeing here is a node which is visible on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side you see green Elvish freehold. Freeholds are also a form of sort of player-run housing which are in the game. They're not like nodes, they're not going to be big cities, they're more sort of standalone parcels of land like a farm or a tavern or just a player house. Although I think I'm understanding they will be connected to a node, they'll be sort of in the region which is connected to a node, but they're standalone parcels of housing called freeholds. And so on the right hand side here, what I think we're seeing here is a freehold in the game. Now here are some giant trees. They might come up again in the video, and this is a orc styled camp. That's orcish housing. Now because of the multiple houses here, we think that this looks like possibly an NPC only area. This probably isn't player housing, we think. This is probably an NPC area, maybe with monsters to fight. In the distance here you see this lighthouse. It's quite a spectacular view, an ocean on the left hand side, and in the foreground here what we think this is a node which is being developed so that it has medium sized houses along with small walls and lanterns you can see here. So this is a node. This will be a place where players are active, possibly where players live. On the left here you see a freehold. As I said before, freehold are standalone parcels of land players can own and manage those land. And then this appears to be a bridge going towards the castle. And if you look at other stills in the game, you'll see that a bit more. So here we have the bridge on the right hand side once again. There's a freehold next to the bridge. You can see a statue behind the tree which is above the freehold, and in the background there's the corner of the castle which pops up in this video. Now you've got multiple houses here and large houses both on the left and on the right. This is probably a node which is being developed to town level, so this is quite a well developed node, and there's a large building in the centre, maybe a town hall or possibly a guild hall maybe. Here you see more houses in the town, probably apartments too, and the town has a statue in the central plaza which looks like the same statues as you see in front of the castle at other points in the video, but a little bit smaller. This is a desert-like area with pink-leaved trees, and you see here multiple small tents and buildings, and this could be an encampment or possibly even a village. Now this is a freehold, probably a tavern. It looks like it would make a nice tavern, although there also seems to be crops growing in front of the house, but this doesn't look like a full-blown farmstead. It could be wrong, it could be a farm. There's a twin-horned mountain in the left background. That looks quite interesting. Lava flowing close to the left of that mountain. You can just about see sort of smoke coming up there as well, and a giant angel statue, which looks quite interesting. So the layout suggests that there could even be multiple freeholds here, but the developers have said that there will be some distance between each freehold, so that areas don't get clustered with houses. And this all seems to be quite close together. The buildings seem quite close together, so it could be a single freehold. We know that they can be quite large with complex layouts, so it could be a single freehold with a road going through it. Now we've got giant trees here on the left and pink-leaved trees on the right, and you can perhaps see how the different parts of the video sort of fit together. This appears to be one area or one region of the game, and you're seeing landmarks, the same landmarks from different viewpoints, different locations throughout the video. There's a big building in the center. Looks like a mausoleum or a crypt, and you can see graves around the building. And there's a house on the far right of the hill, right all the way to the right of your screen, and this is probably part of a town node or possibly a freehold. Now here you have a mountain with snow between the trees on the left, and a mountain without snow also on the left, but sort of to the right, more to the centre of the picture here. And here once again are those mountains, a mountain with snow in the far distance on the left, and the one without snow in the right, or in the centre more or less. So that gives you some idea how we were seeing what appears at least to be one region from different locations. And it's quite good, I think, and there's going to be so much variety by the look of it in these regions. There's a lot of different stuff going on, and that's really nice to see. Large trees on the far left, in the far left corner. You have a castle. Sorry, you have a castle in the centre here, and a statue in front of the castle, and what appear to be 4 freeholds around the castle. Those freeholds have got red circles around them to help you see them. Castles, remember, in this game can be owned and controlled by players. In fact, there will be large battles. Players will fight. Guilds, I think, are going to fight, or alliances of guilds can work together to fight for ownership of castles. The freehold on the right-hand side possibly is just badly rendered because maybe because it's in the distance, but the other possible is that it's under construction, which would be quite nice if you can actually see freeholds sort of half completed as they're being built. Now, right in the middle here, we see what appears to be the biggest house in the town node that we've seen before, and bridges in the town node towards right at the back of the picture circled in red. Here are some more orc-styled buildings, possibly an encampment or an NPC area, and giant trees, which we've seen before, the river in the left, and huge cliffs in the background. Now here are the same orc styles of encampment or village as we saw earlier. Pink leaf trees once again, a peaky mountain with snow in the right background, and a flat mountain without snow in the left background. Here we see multiple buildings in front of what appears to be a wall, large wall with multiple buildings in front. Due to the density of these buildings, we think they're probably not freeholds, they're probably something else, maybe a town or a village. Now here's a nice shot of what we think is a town, with the large town node house right in the middle of the screen. The river is taking a turn in the left hand side of the image. There are 2 statues, so this appears to be a town with 2 plazas, which is quite nice. And there's a difference in altitude in the town. It's not just flat, it appears to go sort of up a hill on the left hand side, so that's really nice. Waterfall here looks really nice. This is fantastic to see. This appears to be a freehold in a swamp or forest area, and notice that spiky tree on the left. That looks really good. So here once again you see the spiky tree, and what on earth is that in the middle? That's a really nice bit of artwork. Hopefully there's a good quest linked to that. Right, here you have a huge round tower in the foreground here. 2 angel statues in front of the tower, and these statues appear to be either on or sort of connected to a wall, and the wall connects both statues, which is quite nice. There's an island in the top left-hand corner, that twin-horned mountain which we've seen before, so again that suggests that this is a single large region that we're looking at. The town node building can be seen in the background, and there's multiple housing between the town node, the twin horn mountain, and the angel statues. We've got some giant glowing mushrooms here. They look good. Another orc-style encampment, possibly, maybe one that we've seen before from a different angle, or a different one. And there appears to be an orc-styled bridge here, which is quite nice. And those mushrooms on the right hand side, can they be gathered? Perhaps are they for players to collect? Notice the glowing particles above the river here. That's a nice effect, and some sort of supporting structure, it appears, above the river. Now this is either a back or side entrance of the castle. There's the flat mountain in the background. Remember we saw that before in other images. That's on the right hand side, and again giant trees and pink leaved trees here. Here's that large town node building, and we see 2 statues here in front and beyond the building. Now this appears to be a top view of the village. There's a lighthouse which we see elsewhere too. A stone circle on the right hand side near the beach. That sort of Stonehenge type structure. That looks fun. The castle in the background, right at the back towards the left hand side, and once again these giant trees that we've seen before. Lava cave entrance, I'm looking forward to exploring that. Now look at this large bridge, this looks fantastic, and we see on the right hand side the Twin Horn Mountains, a freehold next to the bridge. I bet that's a good place to have a freehold. If a lot of people are crossing that bridge, if they have to get over it to get from place to place, that's going to be nice. The biggest town node building, again, we think is visible towards the sort of centre left, and the big statue behind the city. Now here's a castle, the statue in front of the castle to the right, and the river which we think is flowing towards the town node. And in the background, right to the far left and also to the right, there are 2 freeholds, we think, 2 freeholds here. And it's really nice. I think it's a fantastic feature the way you're going to have these big castles and like the big powerful guilds maybe can own these castles or form alliances with other guilds to capture the castles. But then you're going to have these small freeholds which an ordinary player can possibly, hopefully, can aspire to own one of those and to do something interesting, and they get to sort of play a role in the world as well. Is this toxic water? Maybe there's a quest to purify this water. Here's a stone circle next to the beach. We saw it in the distance earlier. Here it is up close. It looks really good, I think. I love that stone head in the middle. Back in the town node, and this shows quite nicely that there's a difference in altitude inside the town node. It can go up a hill, and that's quite clever. I mean, I'm not an expert on programming, don't ask me. I would have thought that's harder to do than just to have something flat when you consider that the nodes are going to develop and change. It's a nice little feature. Now this here appears to be the entrance to the lava cave, and this is going to be an interesting environment to explore. Here's the square-shaped tower. This comes up in other parts of the film. There's a seaside village on the left-hand side. There appears to be a freehold towards the left, right next to the tower, and there are more, or probably the same, giant glowing mushrooms that we saw before in the top right-hand corner. And you can see a number of bridges in this shot as well. And here we have a freehold, you can see on the left, with 2 buildings and maybe a tunnel. Also there, it's not entirely clear what it is, but this is really nice scene, I think. I'm Palmer from Hand of Unity. Hand of Unity is a guild which is looking forward to playing Ashes of Creation, and if you're interested in Ashes of Creation, then you need a good guild. You need to join a good guild to get the most out of this game. So take a look at our website, which is there's a link to the website in the description beneath this video. There's also a link to our Discord page. You can hop on the Discord, say hello, take a look at the website, and see if we might be a good fit for you if you're looking for a good guild to join to play Ashes of Creation. Thank you for listening.